let's talk about it, because if you're new to my channel or whatever, or new to this page, new to my face, first time seeing me, one thing I talk about is like perspectives, how there are two different perspectives to everything, right? Polarity, duality. And so when it comes down to like copycats and even intellectual property, one thing I try to consider is that we are all connected to this one consciousness, right? And so while there's all these creativity or creative ideas in this creative consciousness, we're simultaneously all, some way or another, I say all, but those who are in tune can get the same download. So it's literally like, it's not necessarily our information, if you will, right? Like it belongs to God. And so can you really be territorial over what belongs to God? My issue, right? My issue is when it's like taking not just what God said or like the download, but also the way in which you put out the message, like your impression on that creative idea. That's my problem with that, because again, if you are prophetic, if you have a prophetic gift, right, you are receiving downloads from God, and you might get the same message a day before, a day after, you know, at the same time, it doesn't matter. But whomever is the first to put that message out there, you know, that's why it can seem as if like, oh, this person is copying me. It's like, no, I understand that we're all connected to this creative consciousness, which is God. We are all connected to source. And so I might literally be speaking what you heard, right? Because it wasn't even necessarily your thought, right? It was God's thought, and we were all tuned in. But yeah, it's when they take what God is, whatever the creative idea is, whatever the creative force is, your impression that you put on that, your fingerprint that you put on that, that's what kind of drives me wild. And I don't know that I'll ever get to the place where I'm like, oh, that's okay. Though the Holy Spirit has told me that there's another aspect to that as well, because the way fame works is, it's like when you do see people doing what you did, right, you being the blueprint, it's almost like they're getting your signature, you know what I'm saying? Like in the spirit realm, you're literally seeing your signature. And so it just helps your name be spread abroad, if you will. And even if it's not necessarily your name, it's your energy. So I don't know, I do know, let me not say I don't know, I do know it's two sides to a thing. There's tandem. And so you can see the good and you can see the bad. And it's like just trying to be objective about it, be rational about it, and not get so emotional, because it's very easy to do. But yeah, there are definitely, I see it all the time, definitely in the prophetic realm. And it's, to me, it's about the impression. It's about the blueprint. It's about how I did that thing, or like how I delivered that message. When I start seeing my blueprint, when I start seeing my signature, how I show up, what twist I put on that, that's when it starts to get real creepy for me, period.